Hi there. Hi everybody. Shauna here from Wellness Seeker with your wellness as usual for the week ahead. And so as everybody knows at this stage, I'm sure that this is the Lessons from Sessions. So Lessons from Sessions is where I take nuggets of lessons that have happened in the room for me or for clients, and these lessons are normally universal lessons, and that I try to bring them to you. Hi Mags, welcome. So that's what tonight's Lessons from Sessions is about. One of the predominant questions or one of the predominant statements that I hear on a continuous basis in session, and the one thing that I hear on a consistent basis that seems pretty universal for everybody is, I don't know why I feel the way I feel. I don't know why. I have no idea. Hi Joanne. And that is normally followed by, like, I had a pretty good childhood. And that statement, I don't know why, which is normally followed by, I haven't had it all that bad, is normally the start of anybody that comes in for a discovery session. And I see it time and time again, and I know what that feels like, because I felt like that. I didn't know where my pain was, the source of my pain. I didn't know where it was coming from. And if anybody is familiar with that, give me a wee heart or a wee thumbs up and let me know. Hi Paul, welcome. But it's one of the big conundrums and one of the big questions that most people have is, I don't know where this is coming from. I can't source it. I don't know what's happening, and I can't really say that I've had too much of a difficult childhood, and I don't know where to place it, and I don't know where to place this pain. So this video is for you. Hi Maria. Hi Pauline. This video is for you if you are like that, if you're feeling like you don't know, or if you're working therapeutically, because I know that we've some therapists on here, and we have some lovely wellness practitioners. So this video is for you if that's what's happening. If you're seeing clients who are saying, I don't know where this pain comes from, I don't know why I feel the way I feel, and I can't source it to anything that has happened to me, then this video is for you. It's going to be short and sweet because I really want to get to the point with it, and what I really do want to say is that all pain has a source. That is what I know for sure. Now this is where it can go a wee bit difficult. All pain has a source, there is no doubt about that. But what has happened is, and what we tend to do in popular psychology, is we tend to look for the big, dramatic, traumatic moments, the big newsworthy stuff where this pain has occurred. And that leaves us searching for answers, searching for memories that possibly aren't even there, searching, and that searching place is bloody so difficult to be in. In fact, the searching place can create more pain than the pain itself. So what I would say to you is that not all pain comes from traumatic moments. It just doesn't. And when we do that, when we're concentrated on that for ourselves, we get ourselves into such a bloody bind that it's so difficult. And what I know, like I've said, is that all pain does have a source, but it doesn't have to be traumatic. It doesn't have to be rooted in childhood. It doesn't have to be the big moment. It does not have to be that newsworthy moment where it all went wrong and this trauma thing happened and now you're left feeling that way. So if it's not that, what is it? Well, what I know and what I've seen time and time again is that sometimes it's in the moments where you turned in on yourself. Now, hear me right when I say that. There will be traumatic moments to you because they hurt you, because they were painful to you, because you thought a certain way about yourself, because you thought a certain way about the world around you, because you thought a certain way about your family, because you thought a certain way about what this world was supposed to provide you. And that way that you thought was combined by an explosion of emotion. And those two combinations basically left an imprint in your heart and in your mind that has stayed with you ever since. Now, the moment itself doesn't have to be traumatic, but what I know for sure is the impact of the moment can be. Now there is the distinction, because if that makes sense, please let me know. Because what happens is we're running around in our own heads looking for these big moments, because the pain that you're feeling obviously has to match a big moment, and that's not necessarily true. It's just that the moment has impacted you in such a way. It can be such an innocuous thing. It can be something that has been building, which is often the case, to be fair. Building and building and building and building and building and building. And then this one day, in this one particular place, in this one particular space, you've learned something that is so difficult that you've turned in on yourself and called yourself names for, or seen the world in a different way. And your data window has shut, which means that you take no more information. Under the contrary, the emotional impact of it was so severe, you lock it down and don't remember it again. And what happens is, we then go searching in our heads for the thing that we think that we need to find. It has to match the big feeling, and then we can't get it, and then we leave ourselves in a whole tiz. So what I really want to say to you is, if you're feeling bad, if you're feeling difficult feelings, if you're feeling limiting beliefs, if you're feeling core wounds, whatever it is you're feeling, and it's coming through in thought, or it's coming through in the physical side of stuff, whatever way that's appearing for you, know that there is a source. And what I would love to say tonight is, stop judging that source. Stop judging it and dismissing stuff that could be the answer to this, because it's not big enough, because it's not traumatic enough, because it's not enough. And remember that the tiny moments are the moments sometimes where it can do the most damage to you. And what I would say to you, if you're in that space, if you're in that place at this minute in time, and you're trying to track and you're trying to understand, if you have any clients that you're working with who is in that space and is trying to track, use your feelings as a guide. Now, the girls that train with me will be saying, putting their hands over their eyes and ears and saying, if I have to listen to that again, or anybody that's in any of my groups, or anybody that's on my courses will be saying, oh no, there she goes about feelings again. But really, your feelings are your guide. If you are heavy, if you're sore, if you're in difficulty, if you're in pain, if you're feeling anger, if you're feeling annoyance, if you're feeling upset, whatever your feelings are, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling deep sadness, remember that that feeling is your gateway. That feeling will tell you the details of what you're thinking, the details of the construct, all of those brilliant details. And what I normally see every single time in session is those feelings will lead straight to the memory, not the other way around. You can't come from the memory down, you have to go from the memory back, the feeling back. So your feelings, validate them. Because see, when you don't validate your feelings, what happens is we measure pain. And we measure pain, we miss the pain. We measure pain in ourselves. We say, I have nothing to add to this. There's no reason that I should be feeling like this. I have everything. There's no reason I have had a good childhood. There's no reason I shouldn't be feeling like this. I mustn't feel like this. I must try and do my best to squash this out and move this out. And what happens is you actually condense the pain. So what I will be saying to you is, validate the emotion that you have and use it as a source for good. Use it as a source to track where these difficulties have happened, because I can promise you they come like that once you're attached to the emotion. And start validating how you're feeling, and start validating how other people are feeling. And stop shutting yourself down, because when you measure your pain, when you measure the pain that you're in against your out surroundings, what happens is you start to shut yourself down, and you can shut others down when you measure their pain too. So that is what I'm going to leave you with tonight. Validate your felt sense, because it is trying to show you the way. Validate your experience in the now, in what you're feeling and what you're processing and what you're dealing with, in the thoughts that you're having. Validate all of those. Try your best to sit with them. Try your best to let them inform you. Try your best to be in them, and don't measure hurt. Don't measure your hurt, and don't measure someone else's hurt. It's really vital, because that's the first stage in what I call hearing and holding and healing. And they're the 3 stages of healing anything that you're in. But in order to get to the first stage, which is hearing the emotion, hearing the words, hearing the constructs, hearing where they've come from, and also tracking back at maybe into the memory, that is massive. And it's so vital for you to be able to sit in that and validate your own experience in the now, and know that that has had a source somewhere. And even if you don't find the source in memory, it's fine. You can still undo it in the now. It's absolutely fine. But trust yourself and trust that these feelings are here for a reason. They have a source. They've come from somewhere, and they're valid and important to you, and that you don't have to live with them. So that's what I want to leave you with for tonight. Hopefully that was good. Hi Beth, welcome as a new watcher. You're more than welcome. Paul, I'll read that back and message you back. If anybody has any questions about any of that stuff, then please fire away. If you find that this is helpful to somebody, then please tag them or share it, because there's a lot of people running around there lost. And you know what? There's a lot of amazing therapists out there that'll be able to pick some of these pieces up if we can all do this collectively. So there's amazing people out there that are just willing to help and wanting to help. But this is the starting point for everybody that's in any sort of pain. This is the place, the validation of self, the validation of feelings. So if there's anybody you know, then just tag them or share, and hopefully they'll pick it up. If you don't want to tag them, that would be great. Because the more this stuff gets out, then the more knowledge people have and the more healing they can do, which is just perfect. Thank you, Maria. And just on a small lighter note, the emotional, or as I say, the emotional eating, we're about to run the emotional eating course again. The boot camp there's 10 tickets left for the boot camp. So if you want your tickets, I'll pop the link somewhere in the page, and you can get your tickets. So hi to everybody. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much and if there's anybody any questions about this, because it was quite sharp and short, but you know that this is where we're going to from now on. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you next week. See you all soon. Thank you.